I gave him a goodbye kiss this morning. He's off to the mine to help build the world. I got a text from him at lunch that all is well. Then I got a call to come to the hospital because he's been in an accident. I got in the car and started driving to the hospital. I kept thinking, how could this happen? All I could think about was, will he be okay? Will he be okay?
Josh, get on this one.
Has anybody called 911?
The training, when you do it repetitively over and over and over again, you're able to sort of pull away from the emotion of it. You're able to actually look at it and say, now my training kicks in and I just go in at step 1, at step 2, at step 3, at step 4, and you're able to separate yourself from the situation, even if it's your best friend.
We believe that training will get you to the point where you can respond automatically. In an emergency, time is your enemy. You may not have time to think about, what do I do next? If you've trained enough, then it comes automatic, and you know what to do next.
Every minute and second counts. We've actually had issues in the past where I've rode with different people to the hospital and had surgeons standing there ready to go when we got there, and them say, hey, if you'd have got him here just a few minutes later, he wouldn't have made it.
He looks like got some bleeding on the leg there too.
I'm checking for paralysis, capillary refill.
Understood.
On the right arm. 1,
Right,
2, 3.
Come on down.
Is the patient still breathing?
Yes.
Has a pulse?
Yes.
I have gained a personal respect for the job that miners do. Had no idea about what was going on in that world until an event happened here in Gadsden County. That's the one that struck my attention, and pulling this program together year after year is what we are continuing to do. And then the good part about it is we're going to make it better and better and better and get more and more people involved.
Function of the pulley depends upon whether the pulley is static, is the pulley staying still, or is the pulley moving when I operate the system. A static pulley in a system does nothing but change the direction of the rope. A moving pulley in a system creates mechanical advantage.
You're able to use the equipment to your advantage and pull a heavier load with a lot less effort. Certain knots are for certain situations. Your knowledge of tying those knots and using them in the right way might determine whether or not you actually stay where you're supposed to be or fall to the ground.
I've taken this class, probably not just this class, but different rope classes 4 or 5 different times, but every time I take a rope class, I always learn 1 or 2 things I never knew. Or it never hurts to take it again because you'll always learn at least 1 or 2 things new. You can learn 1 or 2 things new every time you train.
Number 1, be safe. We're not going to get anybody hurt. Number 2, have fun. You know, let's keep it light, but there'll be some serious moments also. And number 3, hopefully some learning will take place. So it turns to a gas when you discharge it. So it's stored as a liquid under pressure. And when you release it, it turns into a gas.
You're actually going through the steps in order to be able to put the fire out. Just sitting in a classroom, it doesn't give you a real feel of how a fire actually reacts to when you're trying to put it out.
Knowing how a fire is going to react to how you're trying to put it out or whatnot is really crucial to knowing what your limits are and your ability to get in there and save a person.
Okay, and work right around them doing compression. Don't forget to plug in the pads. Analyzing heart rhythm, everybody do what? Clear.
She's really good at emphasizing the actual physical motions that we're going to be going through, and the fact that we only need to exert ourselves as much as we're comfortable with.
Shock is advised. What do you tell everybody again? Okay, whoever's on the chest, go back to compressions real quick.
I think when you go into something like that your mind just goes out and reality sets in, and if you have the training and you practice it, it'll help bring you back. Focus on what you need to do to help save somebody.
We try our best to replicate the real world with this training. The training that we offer here is exactly what these folks are going to be doing out in the real world on a daily basis.
Every year that you can come in, you're going to get a little bit more comfortable, you're going to get a little bit better, and then ultimately we're hoping that they'll be able to take it back to their facility and be able to assist, help, and train the other people at their site in the case of an emergency.
Still breathing? Has a pulse?
I think the reason a lot of folks come is because they care about their people. You know, over the years, your culture has changed in the mining industry, and you know, hey, what I've seen 20, 30 years ago is totally different than what it is now.
West Virginia.